In the previous episode, we talked about growing your business through Facebook ads.
So Facebook ads basically are posts that we pay for Facebook to show in front of specific people. If you would go to your Facebook newsfeed now and do a bit of scrolling, you would find some posts that says sponsored. No? So those are ads.
In this episode, we're going to talk about building a profitable brand online. Let's begin! Hello everyone! Welcome to the Beautiful Mind and Soul podcast, where stories of faith, courage, and success inspire you to dream big and, of course, take action. I am your host, Shimi Hapay, and our guest for today is a known influential branding coach, serial entrepreneur, community leader, author of Explode Your Influence, How to Turn Your Personal Brand into Wealth, and the co-founder of Social Media Academy. She's also an amazing mom of two lovely kids. Learn more about her on her website. This is melp.com. Let's welcome the Queen of Queens of Hi-Fi Group, Melissa Profeta. Woo!
Yes!
Welcome.
Mahaba, no?
Yes,
I'm
and
so happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me as your guest, Shimi. I'm very humbled to be one of your guests. Hello
wow.
to everyone who's listening right now. How are you all?
Hopefully everyone is fine po, no? They have time to
Yeah.
listen and watch this podcast episode. We are so blessed to have you with us here in the podcast, Miss Mel. And of course, a lot of people will surely learn from you. So let's start po with, of course, you are already known as the serial entrepreneur. So we just want to ask about what's the story behind the success of this wonderful woman in this episode, and what are the biggest lessons in life that you've learned that help you to become who you are today.
Yan. Maalaala mo kaya ang... So actually, this goes... All of the things that I'm doing right now, I would say, it all started when I was a little girl. When I was 7 years old, it's funny because I sold my toys for 1 pesos and 5 pesos. And the reason why I did that was because I wanted to buy airheads and lots of candies. And since my parents were really disciplining me, alam mo yun, they want me to work for it. And they want me to be entrepreneurial. So, hindi sila yung nag-uto sa akin actually. But I was the one who got the idea because my mother told me that you have plenty of toys in your room. Anong pamigay na lang natin yun? Sabi ko na lang sa sarili ko, imbes sa pamigay ko yan, ako na bahala dyan. Tapos, isang sako yun, dinala ko siya sa school. and by the way, the teachers did not know that. And true enough, when I brought it to school, naubos siya lahat. So I had 50 pesos. And ang saya ko that day because nakabili na ako ng mga candies na gusto kong bilhin. And that's the first recorded instance that I've showed na mahilig akong gumawa ng pera. Money-making person pala ako talaga. Ever since I was a little kid. Bukod pa doon sa mga ginagawa ko, sub-house chores, ganyan. Kasi ginagawa ko, I'm sure meron din dyan iba na nagtatanggal ng white hair. Sa mga yeah, that was my business with my grandma. I would say, Lola, you pay me 50 cents per white hair, okay? So, tulog ka lang dyan. Tapos, bibilangin ko yan lahat. Para meron na akong sarili kong money. And I won't, kasi I have this notion na, ayoko nang humihingi ng pera from other people. So, I think, that kind of mindset also came from, parang inspiration ko rin kasi yung parents ko. Nakita ko sila, they were striving hard. They were also doing business side hustles, even though they had their 8 to 5 jobs. So, ganun siya. Ayoko nang maging burden pa sa kanila. Ganun yung thoughts ko. Ganun kagrabe. Imagine mo, 7 years old, to think like that. It's crazy. It's probably because, ako rin hindi ko rin na-explain, pero because, siguro dahil panganay ako. Yun lang inisip ko. Kaya ganun ka-advanced yung utak ko nung bata pa ako. But then, nadala ko siya along the way. So, after high school, it's after high school, ang ginawa ko nun is sabi ko sa self ko, wow, this is it. I'm already in the reality na kaya ko nang gumawa ng pera. Pwede na ako mag-work. Kasi 'di ba, there are jobs out there who accepts high school diplomas. So, ang ginawa ko during the summer, I applied to sa different chains eh. First one was 7-Eleven. So I became a 7-Eleven crew. Pero it did not lasted for a while. Saglit lang. I became their graveyard crew. And ang dami ko natutunan doon in terms of mechanics kung paano ka mag-manage ng stocks, because that was my biggest takeaway in that experience that I had. And after 7-Eleven, I became a Jollibee crew naman. So, pero I was doing that while I was already a nursing student. So, to some people who didn't know, yes, I was a nursing student for 2 years. And I was working as a Jollibee cashier habang nag-aaral ako. So, the reason why I wanted to do that is because I wanted to make money para sa funding ng aking mga projects, mga libro, because kapag nursing student ka, 'di ba, mamahal ng box mo. Ganito kakapal. Halos every book, ganun halos kalat kakapal. So ginagawa ko, imbes na himingi na lang ako sa parents ko nun, ako na lang yung gagawa ng money for it. But during my Jollibee experience naman, yun siguro yung naging turning point na sinabi ko sa self ko na I don't want to work again. I don't want to live like this. I want more freedom. Kasi dun ko na-experience yung number one, not a lot of people are compassionate. They would really step on you if they can. Second, I felt really, really limited. Most especially the fact that I got nabudol ako. I'm not sure what you call that in English, pero nabudol ako. Kwento ko yan sa inyo mamaya. And then number 3, it's also because yung parang I didn't have a life. So yun, freedom din. So those were the 3 major factors that made me say to myself na okay, kailangan hindi na ako mag-work ulit ng ganito. Dapat iba naman. So, going back to, yung kinikwento ko sa inyo yung mga hugot to eh. Ito yung, kumbaga, yung sinishare ko ngayon, these are the reasons kung bakit I have this kind of resilience and meron akong ganitong mentality. So, I would say I became 10x stronger than who I was because noong bata pa ako, even though I was already, alam mo yun, mahilig ako sa gig, talaga ako, tahimik. Tahimik, mahinhin, Maria Clara. Ganun. Ganun. Pero may funny side pa din. Ganun ako. Pero nag-change ako throughout the years. So, kwento ko na din sa nangyari sa Jollibee. Yung muna sa compassion. People are not always compassionate. Doon ko rin kasi na-discover na kailangan maging understanding ka sa lahat ng bagay. Kasi I hated this day. It was queuing day. Everyone knows that pag nanpunta sila sa Jollibee tapos queuing, tapos super dami haba ng pila, lahat nagkakagulo. Lahat ng makita mo na crew dyan, busy, parang aligaga sila. Ganun. Nangyari yan sa akin, grabe. Tapos, nagsuserve, merong soup si Jollibee that time. Tapos yung soup, ang nangyari is, isuserve ko na siya sa tray. Natabig. Simple lang yun. Natabig lang ako ng isa kong cashier. Tapos nakita ng customer na parang nalagay dito yung soup. Nalagay sa kamay ko yung soup. Natapunan yung kamay ko sa soup. Ng soup. And nagulat ako because I was young. Tapos 17 lang ako noon. The guy who ordered that soup, o yung value meal na yun, pounded the cashier table ng super lakas. Talagang hinampas niya yung cashier table. Tapos sabi niya, ano ba yan? Kadiri naman yan. Maganon. Parang, hala siya. Nakakatakot kasi he did that ng madaming tao. So parang ako, I felt really degraded at that time. Nasabi ko, bakit ganito to? Hindi naman ako ganito sa mga crew. So, umiyak ako nung time na yun actually. I cried and then our cost manager said, sige, break ka muna na. So, dun ako sa background, nag-cry-cry lang ako dun. Kasi parang, dun ako nanlumo na ganun talaga pala yung mga tao. Not everyone has the heart to feel for you, to empathize with you. Pero meron din namang mababait. Okay, so you just have to be understanding and flexible. I wanted to shout back at that customer nung time na yun. Pero I felt powerless. Kaya umiyak na lang ako sa likod. So, yun yung recorded. Hindi ko yun malilimutan talaga. Kasi ang kasunod naman nun is nabudol naman ako. It did not happen in the same month. Pero every month, merong recorded na yung experience dun sa Jollibee thing, no? So, ang ginawa sa akin nung nabudol is, di ba nag-order siya ng pinakamahal, which is the champ. So, nag-order siya ng champ. And it was already parang last hour of the shift. And when I handed the change, hindi ko rin maintindihan. Siguro dahil busy lang talaga ako or dito din or something kasi patapos na yung shift. I think 2 hours or 3 hours. Pero madami pa rin tao kasi. Kaya ako medyo nag-rattle and I was in the period of my midterms exam. So, kaya yung flicker yung brains ko nun. So, yung ginawa sa akin nung nag-order na yun, niliton niya ako and handed me a bag of one big pumpkin and a gulay. I can't remember ang gulay yun. Tapos may toy yun. So, yung 3 items na yun, sabi niya, sabi sa akin nung, eto muna, sige, okay lang ba? Paiwan mo na dyan sa'yo. Parang ako naman, when I took the little bag niya, parang nagtaka din ako. Hindi ko rin talaga maintindihan bakit yun nangyari. So, to cut the long story short, you know what happened? I was earning 2,500 every cut-off. Actually, malaki pa yung 2,500. Sometimes it's just 1,900 per cut-off as a service crew. Lost 1,000 pesos. And that left me with 500 pesos for that entire cut-off na 15 days. So imagine me stretching the 500 pesos sa buong 15 days when I was in college. And I hindi ko na rin sinabi sa parents ko nung time na yun. Sinabi ko nung tapos na. Kasi nga ayaw ko din sila ma-stress at that time. So, yung mga ganong recorded instance, ginamit ko siya as motivation for me to look for another avenue to earn more money. Hindi mo sinabing more money. Ganyan. So after that, after I ended the contract, I became a promodizer. Yan. Because kaya ako nainganyo because of this classmate of mine who was also doing the same thing and she was earning about 3,000 pesos in 3 days. So, sabi ko, uy, amazing yan ah. Sometimes 1.5 for 3 days. Sabi ko sa kanya, uy, alam mo ba, 15 days ko yan sa Jollibee, tapos puyat pa ako lagi. So, yung, ginag ko agad yung opportunity na yun from my classmate. But, it's also something that I didn't really wanted to do in the long run because I felt parang hindi naman ito yung calling ko. Parang ayoko naman maging forever nandun lang ako sa may grocery store tapos nagbibigay ako ng sample. Yun yung ginagawa ng promodizer. Or nagpapatest ng drink or ng juice or ng inumin ganyan. Sabi ko, I don't want to do this. Good thing that I had this classmate of mine naman who was doing a side hustling. Doon na yung background ko in networking. So, hinila niya ako ni classmate sa network marketing scheme. And in contrary to what people say that it's 100% scam, I wouldn't say it is 100% scam. There are companies out there who are scamming, but there are also companies out there who are legitimate. And I understood the business model, and the first million na earn ko siya when I was 19 years old. I think that was my first breakthrough when it comes to money. But at the same time, it also changed me as a person because I decided to switch courses. So from nursing, I switched to marketing, to BSBA marketing. But then, as you know, little kids, I would say kid pa ako nun eh. Mahilig pa akong mag-hang out kung saan, bili ng kung ano not needed, and I never had the kind of mentorship that I have now na nagsasabi na you manage your finances well. Walang ganito. Yung podcast hindi pa uso noon, 'di ba? 2009 yan. Between 2009 to 2012, yun yung crucial years eh. Pa-evolve pa lang kasi papasok pa lang sa Facebook. Or pumasok na siya, but Facebook wasn't really very popular that time. Friendster pa. And Friendster, yung testimonials. People weren't really talking about business at that time. Or maybe I was just in the wrong circle, I'm not sure. But, so, what happened na there in the network marketing scene, I absorbed all kinds of trainings that has something to do with mindset. Because network marketing is all about mindset and sales skills. So, dun ko na-develop yung self ko din. Yung confidence, I was able to build my confidence there. I became a public speaker after a few months. I was talking to people, siguro 500 to 1,000 people, and I really grew my team. But sabi ko nga, wasn't able to manage my finances well. I got bankrupt then when I become pregnant at the age of 20. So, 20 years old ako noon, na-in-love ako sa kanya. Akala ko joke lang. Kakanta na sana ako. So, tawag dito. So, we're still together naman ng partner ko. But, ayun na yung nangyari. Nabuntis ako noon, pero naubos na yung finances namin. That was my first biggest failure during the time that I was 21 years old because I had zero, as in wala akong ipon. And wala rin akong napundar masyado ng mga cellphone lang and everything else. Tapos nanganak pa ako. So, that period was I would say it changed me. So, meron din kasi akong phases in life na tinatawag. And I'm sure that a lot of moms like me would be able to relate. So when you become a mother kasi, there's a big change in mindset that you want your kid to have more security, ganyan. Kailangan more security yung mga decisions mo, or your decisions has something to do being secured. Ganun. So, when I gave birth to my child, after a month, I made sure that I have a job na. So, I applied in the call center here in Alabang, and I worked as a call center agent for a few months. But then, um, my mindset kasi is to always give my best output, best performance in the shortest time possible. I think that kind of mindset is something that I've adapted din sa mentors ko sa MLM, sa network marketing. So, give your best shot in the shortest period of time. So, during the course of the year that I was in the call center or the BPO industry, I got promoted as a team lead within 3 years. So, team lead and then trainer. So, medyo mabilis din yung evolvement within that span of time. Ako din eh. Kasi parang gigil din ako nun kasi um, may baby na ako. So talagang nagbibenta talaga ako ng very hard and I was really doing well in my job. That's why I got the team lead post agad and it eventually became team lead from trainer post. But then, meron na namang nagbago. Okay, may bago na namang nangyari sa life ko kasi which is since may anak ka na, you're seeing your child growing and you're not beside your child. That's very saddening. So in my case, I wanted to see my baby grow up ng kasama ko kasi hindi ko siya nakikita masyado. So imagine me working from Cavite to Quezon City. And it was already taking me 6 to 8 hours every day para lang sa back end. For super traffic talaga ng EDSA nun. Grabe. It was really terrible. What's crazy about that kasi, that, ano ko nun eh, parang Q3, Q4 yun. So, pa Christmas. Kaya madugo. Madugo yung EDSA hours. So, I've decided to stop working. Sabi ko doon sa partner ko, I want to resign. Kasi I'm seeing him as someone who's also flourishing in his own career. Sabi ko, baka naman pwede na akong magpahinga muna kahit saglit lang. And I did. For a few months. For a few months, I became a aka housewife. Ganun ang tag ko. But, knowing myself, doon ko rin na-test yung sarili ko na I cannot live like that. Na very dependent to someone and yung walang masyadong ginagawa kundi puro household chores. Hindi ko pala siya kaya. So, buti na lang, my partner eventually told me that we're going to open up our own business. So, I became part of that business. Sadly, hindi rin siya nagtagal. It's also that point kasi would be the second saddest time of my life or lowest point of the low because when we opened the business I thought it was already the next big change. We were already kind of established at those times kaya lang nawala na naman lahat. So, yung 4 cars na nakuha namin, wala na naman, naubos lahat until such point na umabot na lang sa 40 pesos yung laman ng bank account ko. That was literally, that's what really happened. So, it's crazy because, if you're going to think of it, dapat na ako nun, super depressed na lang ulit. Kasi second time. But thanks for the quotes and thanks for Facebook kasi nakikita ko yung mga encouraging words ni na yung kay Michael Jordan, yung mga shots na missed. Before he became Michael Jordan, yung mga ganon, yung how many ideas that failed from Thomas Alva Edison, mga ganyan. So, at some point, that kind of inspired me. Buti na lang, may mga ganong content creator, nagpa-publish sila ng ganun klase ng content. But then, so what happened there was one night, I was just crying. Titingin lang ako sa anak ko, magkasama nga kami, pero wala na naman kaming money. Naubos na naman. Because of finance mismanagement. That's why that business did not pan out. So I asked God that night. Sabi ko, what can I do um, that will allow me to still make money while at the same time be with my child? That was the exact question that I asked, that I prayed for. So parang dinakpikit na ako, no? A few moments later, umising na lang ako, tas I went to my computer and then I typed online jobs. So it's funny because the reason why I had the idea that online jobs are really 100% legitimate was because nung medyo bata-bata pa ako, backward lang natin konti. I had this friend of mine, dun kami sa house niya, parang nag-house party. Tapos, doon lang siya sa gilid ng room nila. Mayroon silang mini room and may computer doon. Sabi ko doon sa friend ko, habang nagpe-prepare kami ng food, bakit andun lang siya sa gilid, sa loob ng mini room nila? What is going on? What is he doing? Sabi, nag-work yan. Nag-work yan from home. May client yan sa Australia. Okay. So that instance, parang na-save na lang siya sa mind ko. Kaya ako, nag-push doon sa idea na i-type yung online jobs Philippines. So true enough, I stumbled upon a couple of platforms and eventually landed my first gigs as, yun nga, ginamit ko yung skill set ko na marunong ako, which is sales skills, inbound sales, outbound sales, closing deals sa phone. So yung first gig ko talaga is yung call center din. Call centers lang, parang ganun. But my career in the digital economy flourished eventually. And I met a social agency owner who's older, from Australia. So he taught me and mentored me about how things should be done, ganyan, in social media, eventually digital marketing. And then he was always saying na kailangan ko ding mag-review so that I could hone my skill sets and so on, which I was doing it talaga. So, fina-follow ko yung sasabi niya. Habang nag-work ako, actually, I was already reviewing a couple of stuff about digital marketing because I was thinking, before, wala namang ganitong klase ng innovation about marketing online. Hindi naman masyadong ginagamit si Facebook noon for marketing. Siguro in the long run, mag-change na siya. And the behavior of the consumer market is also gonna be the same. So that's the reason why nag-aaral akong mabuti. I consumed a lot of stuff from Gary Vaynerchuk, si Neil Patel is my favorite guy. Mostly Neil Patel, and I became part of his a parang circle of marketers at that time. So mas doon ako nahasa sa kanya. And then eventually, I got lonely, and I thought that I was the only person who had the same kind of job, which is social media marketing. So I had to establish a group. It was before it was called Social Media Managers and Growth Hackers. So inside that group, the main purpose of that was me to connecting with other people who were doing the same thing as mine. Kasi hindi ko kilala yung mga nando sa ibang group. Tapos parang feeling ko lang siguro feeling ko hindi ako welcome kasi nga bago lang ako. Tapos yung questions ko pa masyadong pang-matapang na mga questions. So, baka yung iba na nagugulat. So, sabi ko, sige, gawa lang akong sarili kong group, tapos gagawa akong sarili kong discussion. And it's good because uh, when I was doing that, I was hosting the discussions inside the group. Ang daming engagement, and marketers were really contributing until I met Nix Enigo and Carla Singson and other mentors, and I hosted a mini meetup. So mini meetup, and then from there, dun na establish yung relationship. We've decided to establish a couple of businesses. I partnered with both of them in different ventures. So with Nix, I partnered with him sa Social Media Academy. With Carla, we have several different kinds of gigs, but right now we have Prime Press. But also, one thing that I forgot to mention is alongside, nag-iipon din ako ng money kasi habang nag-work ako sa call center and everything else. So, I'm also investing in our buy and sell business. Buy and sell ng cars. So, ever since I got in the call center scene, I was saving money from my sales commissions para para mas dumami yung kotse na pwede na ibenta. But we started at 20,000 pesos. Imagine, 20,000 pesos ang starting capital namin for that business, and we bought a Nissan Sentra 71. And nabenta namin siya ng 50,000. So from after that sale, ayun na. Ano na siya, lumaki na siya ng lumaki. I'm also thankful because and I think it's also my privilege because my partner has the same mentality as mine when it comes to money making. Hindi kami contradicting pagdating sa money making. Yun yung kung ako meron akong idea and gusto ko siyang i-materialize, that's one thing that he supports. Kasi ganun din siya, ganun din yung isip niya. So that's basically my backstory. Right now, I have several things going on aside from those businesses that I mentioned. Pero most especially pagdating sa mga lessons naman in life, I'm pretty sure na maraming naka-note down naman ng mga binanggit ko. Diba? Pero yun nga, one thing na I want to share with everyone is kasi ang dami din naging opinionated sa life ko even before. But everyone should understand and remember that opinions, directions, lessons in life, those can be guides. Okay? But you don't necessarily have to follow them. You still have the power to lead your life. If I listen to love ko ang parents ko, pero if I listen to them na parang stop ko yung ganitong thing na gusto kong gawin, kung tinigil ko yun noon, wala ako dito ngayon. Diba, tatigil na ako sa networking noon. If I continued my nursing course, wala ako ngayon dito. Siguro nandun ako sa ibang bansa being a nurse, being a frontliner, ganyan. Diba? Pero ako pa rin yung nag-decide. And also, it doesn't matter kung ano yung background mo or whatever it is that happened to you in the past, because you have unlimited potentials. Okay, but sabi nga natin, potentials. You still have to act. Sinasabi ko, lagi ko sinasabi sa mga mentees ko and every students na nagtatanong sa akin na, baka hindi ko po kaya to. Baka hindi ko magawa siya. Hindi dapat ganun. Okay? The one thing that you have to keep in mind is that you have unlimited potentials and you have the choice to grab or to put things into action. Okay? So, nasa sayo yan. Wala yan sa sinasabi ng iba kasi hindi naman sila yung magpapakain sa'yo. And they're not the ones who are going to put the food in your family's table. So, if you have an idea, go ahead. I-push mo yan.
Wow, thank you po. Grabe po, no? Yung story ni Miss Mel, tama siya, pang maala-ala mo kaya. Kasi from madiskarte, independent, 7-year-old kid na nagbebenta ng kanyang mga toys to, ayun,
Yeah.
to buy candies lang noon, no? Up to ngayon, which is strong, resilient, successful woman. Grabe. Dami ko pong golden nuggets na nakuha po dun sa story niyo, coach. Kahit ako nagulat kasi hindi naman din po lahat yun alam ko about you. Because grabe yung yung story niyo is all about transformation talaga from a
Oo.
shy kid to be someone who is advocating influence, yung parang empowering people to be
Yeah.
influential on their own. Grabe, it's transformational. So sa mga nakikinig, tama, no? That's why I created this podcast is for you to be inspired sa stories ng mga taong ito. Most of the time, nakikita nyo na lang yung success nila and akala nyo yung success is success na talaga, di ba? Pero there is a story behind it na baka nandun kayo sa point ngayon na nararanasan nyo yung pinagdaanan nila before, mga challenges,
Yeah.
trials. As you listen to the stories of these people, you will be inspired na to dream big. And of course, sabi nga ni Coach Mel, no, to take action. If you have that idea, you have it in you, you don't you must not let other people's opinion na mag-override sa no. Dapat ikaw mismo you move forward.
Yeah.
And ayan, you look for these mentors katulad nila Ma'am Mel, no, because these are the people who will really push you towards that the goal of yours. So thank you po Miss Mel. I hope nag-take note sila or kung hindi man, replay nyo lang to. You can replay this on YouTube or on podcast. Pakinggan nyo mabuti kasi grabe, may inspire kayo sa stories nila. And so coach, grabe no, nagsimula kayo as a child pala talaga, 7-year-old kid
Oo.
na madiskarte, sabi ko nga kanina. Ngayon na may marami po kayong pinagdaanan, shinare nyo po sa amin na ayun, yung backstory nyo. If you are going back to that time, nakakausapin nyo ulit yung sarili nyo, yun, 7-year-old kid na madiskarte. Ano po yung masishare nyo sa kanya about entrepreneurial journey nyo? Or if you have one specific thing na to say about entrepreneurship sa kanya, ano po yun na masishare nyo po sa iyong younger self?
Yeah. Kumari, kausap ko siya ngayon. Melissa. Yan. Little Melissa. If you have any ideas right now, you have to make sure that you're going to research about that idea. Okay? And then make it happen. That would be my advice to my younger self. Because just like other people out there, I'm pretty sure that you had this idea before na ngayon it's being monetized or being used. Dami akong ganun eh. Actually, bata pa lang ako, ang dami ko ng ideas like booking.com. Inisip ko na yung ganun. Pati yung sharing economy about cars, yung Grab, Lala Move, mga ganyan. I already had that before pa sila mag-launch. I didn't, not crediting anything by the way. Pero isasabi ko lang, those types of instances or experiences that you have in life, pag meron ka ng one big idea, you have to research about it agad. Okay, look at the market. Is it red ocean or blue ocean ba siya? Or is it something that's worth investing for? Is it worth the time? Is it going to solve a problem? Kumbaga, in short, if you have an idea, take action. Huwag kang huwag mong papairali yung katamaran. Yan yung Yun, I think that is the common enemy of Filipinos, katamaran. Because I see a lot of people who are creative and, visionaries and have all these crazy but amazing ideas, but they're not taking action. So, para may mangyari, kailangan actionan. Yun.
Tama, coach, no? Kasi baka nga ano, yung strength pala nung taong 'yan, ideation, futuristic,
Mm-mm.
hindi nila alam 'no, tas na-hamper lang sila ng limiting beliefs nila sa sarili nila or yung sa natutunan nila sa surrounding nila. So, ayun guys 'no, naalala ko tuloy yung isang quote na 'to na, "Start small, think big, start now." So, ibig sabihin nun, take action guys. Kaya kapag may naisip ka na, alam mo, idea mo 'yan. Kapag hindi mo ginawa
Mm-mm.
ngayon, may mauuna na sa'yo. So, ganun no, yung
That's true.
tama po coach, that's a reality in life. Kasi pag hindi ka gumagalaw na ngayon, kahit gaano pa kaganda ng idea mo, ka-original sa tingin mo sa sarili mo, pero pag may nauna na sa'yo kasi nag-take action siya, di naman siya ganun kagaling, katulad mo sa tingin mo, wala tayo, ganun talaga. So, thank you
Yung
coach
iba
for,
dyan, yung iba dyan tatama rin na, ay, ginawa na ni ganito, baka hindi ko
po,
na kaya.
grabe.
No. That's the reason why I posted the Netflix movie ni
Yeah,
pangalan nito, yung Self-Made. Because
si
from
Ma'am
her
CJ.
story, oh, si Ma'am CJ, si Madam CJ, hindi siya ang original ng product. But she was the one who was able to create the brand.
Wow.
So di, ibig sabihin nun, it doesn't necessarily mean na kapag may nauna, you won't be able to make it. Ibig
Yeah.
sabihin, meron ka pa rin chance. It's still up to you if you're going to succeed or not.
Yeah. So, tama po, no? Follow nyo lang yung tips kanina ni Miss Mel na pag may idea ka, research about that idea and then make sure na it can solve a problem ng market
Yeah.
mo. Yeah, very important po yun. So, speaking of brand, no? Yung in-establish ni Madam CJ, kayo rin po ay known na influential brand strategist. So, marami na po kayong natulungan na mga, well, influential na nga ngayon ng mga tao. Kilalang kilala na sila and behind them is kayo po yung nag-mentor sa kanila, hindi lang alam ng mga ibang tao. So, coach, ngayon, baka may mga nakikinig dito about branding, no? Baka nako-confuse sila. Ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng branding and makaisipin lang nila brand ng damit or something. What is
Hmm.
branding and how is it beneficial for them, especially if they have their businesses or ayun nga po gusto nila maging kilala lang din, influential. Ayun po.
Mm-mm. Actually, there are three things muna that I'd like to highlight. And probably some of you have already heard about it. So, meron kasi iba-ibang terms, baka kaya kayo nalilito. So, we have the branding, and brand identity. So, obviously, these three are very much relative to each other. Okay, but it's not all the same. So, let me just expand a little bit. So, when we say a brand, it's not just the name of your company, it's not just your logo, but it is what your customers feel towards your service or your product. Okay? What your customers feel towards your service or your product. That's what a brand is. Brand identity, on the other hand, is all about perception. So, perception that will support your overall branding efforts. I mean, iba ring meaning si branding efforts. Pero pag sabi natin brand identity, it is what your customers see, touch, hold, or hear. Okay? So, more of the external things that they see about you. And when we say branding, it's basically a process. It's a process that you go through. Okay? It's where you are allowed to express what your brand is about, and ano siya, kumbaga, ito na yung overall na efforts mo when it comes to building the customer experiences. Or ito na din yung, kasama na doon yung efforts mo sa pag-create ng awesome visual imageries or awesome content that you're putting out there. Because when we say process, it's not an overnight thing. Okay? You cannot make people feel something sa unang tingin pa lang agad-agad unless naging overall package ka at that time. So, paano ba yung sinasabi ko? Branding, halimbawa, nakatayo ka lang and you're wearing a really nice damit. Of course, may perception sa'yo. Perhaps yung tumitingin sa'yo is someone who admires the kind of fashion that you have or the kind of taste in fashion that you have. Di meron kang impression pa lang. But you can be easily forgotten. Okay, so as a person who's doing branding, it is up to you if you're going to touch all kinds of senses ng iyong customers. So magiging ano ka ba, overall stage presence ka ba to the point that you're not just looking like an extravagant, elegant person, but are you also going to make them feel like they are an elegant, awesome VIP? Because that's two different things. Eh? You can look really well outside and make the other person feel intimidated. On the other hand, you can also look like a luxury and make the other person feel like they are also a VIP or a luxury. So yun si branding. So ibig sabihin, matagal-tagal siyang ginagawa. I would say 2 years or 1 to 2 years of consistency would really make a mark of your name. So, kasi ito yung pagdating kasi um, sa market now, the brand is going to be your true advantage. Because obviously, as everyone, I'm not sure if you've noticed, okay, but if you're very savvy with your market, makita mo yung change of behaviors. So at this point, not a lot of people trust regular reviews. Hindi lang reviews. And not a lot of people gets deceived by ads. Hindi lahat kumakagat. Okay? Bumababa yung number of people na kumakagat because customers are already being smarter. Okay? That's the reason why according to statistics, influencer marketing is not super effective anymore. But if you have a powerful influential brand, okay, ibang level yun. Okay, hindi ka lang basta aka influencer na marami lang followers sa Instagram. Or perhaps you'd be a person who has a loyal following. Pag sinabi kasi nating loyal followers, it's a different thing. Meron tayong likers, followers, and we have these raving fans, but we also have loyal followers. But in order for you to create your loyal following, you really have to execute and implement a very, very well detailed plan. Kasi hindi siya basta-basta. Diba? Alam ni Shimi yan.
Yes, coach. Tama. Kasi nga, naalala ko po yung sinabi nyo before. Because sa mga nakikinig dito, mentor ko po si Miss Mel and then naka-attend po ako sa isa sa mga seminars niya before. One of the lessons or takeaways ko before is that if you want na hindi ka maging isang commodity lang, no? And kasi marami kayo sa market, no? You're selling same services, you're selling same products, kung physical products yan. What sets you apart from those sabihin competitors mo is your brand. Sabi nga ni Ma'am Mel, di ba? Yung brand is your identity. Kung sino ka, kapag nakatalikod ka, tapos hindi ka nakikita ng audience mo, kung ano naiisip nila na ikaw as a brand. So, thank you, Miss Mel, no? Speaking of that seminar, grabe, very life-changing kasi isa yun sa factors na kung bakit ko nasimulan tong podcast. Sa totoo lang, introvert po talaga ako.
Yay!
Yay! Grabe po talaga. Introvert, highest level. Pero I am blessed really to be able to meet people like Miss Mel, to be able to attend to their talks, seminars, kasi grabe. For being a person na ayaw lumabas ng bahay, to someone na really reaching out now to a lot of people. Katulad ni Ma'am Mel, no? Ang daming nagtataka, bakit sila yung nagiging speakers mo? Because sabi ko, I have this advocacy to share their message, their stories to people. Kaya, ayun, thank you, Miss Mel, for making me like this, helping me to become like this. And naalala ko, this is the book of Miss Mel, Explode, ayan, Your Influence. So sabi niya, influencer marketing lang, hindi na siya ganun ka-effective ngayon. Pero if you have that powerful, influential brand, so take note of that, you will really be parang different above.
Yeah.
Sabi nga dito dun sa bookmark, more than an influencer. So, hindi ka lang influencer, ayan nakikita nyo. Hindi ka lang basta-basta influencer na maraming following, maraming likers, but you are someone na talagang magkakaroon ng loyal fans. And yan, marami pang lessons hindi kayang ma-share dito sa podcast. So that's why I'm encouraging you to have this book also. Meron pa po bang ganito, Miss Mel? In the
Oo,
future,
meron
when
pa.
everything is okay na, makakapagpadala na ulit si Miss Mel.
Ng
Ayan,
libro. Oo.
blockbuster tong book na to. So, ang daming naubos kaagad siya nung first release. So, take note Explode Your Influence, Melissa Profeta. So, ngayon po,
Yay.
since hindi po nila kayang, hindi po natin ma-share lahat, at least meron po ba kayong overview or tips po on how to become a profitable personal brand dun sa mga nakikinig po natin para po sa kanila.
Mhm. Actually, there are foundations that I want to point out first, because if you fail at these first three things that I'm going to share with you, then yung pagiging profitable is going to be questionable pa. Okay, so dito muna tayo sa first three. Number one, first tip ko is you have to believe in yourself first. Okay, that's a very important step. And it has something to do with how you see yourself basically as a person. And yung inattendant kasi na sinabi ni Shimi, meron din dong mindsetting na phase, and it's always part of my program, because there are some things that needs to be rewired in your brains, and we need to change that para mas buo ang loob para gawin mo yung dapat mong gawin. Because when you start doing branding, you really have to put yourself out there. But in order for you to be out there, you have to start sa loob. So, break free, ganun. Second tip of mine, you have to keep this in mind in any kinds of activity you will do. You have to start with an end goal. Okay? Any kind of activity that you will do, there has to be an end goal in mind. Most especially if you begin your branding journey. Hindi na pwede yung, ay basta magagawin ko to. Ay basta kukuhanin ko siya. Ay basta ganito. Because you're doing branding already. So, with sinabi nating branding journey, then most likely you were able to plan out your overall identity. You're able to visualize what it is or who it is that you will become in the next 10 years. If that's the case, ibig sabihin, lagi ka nang merong goal. Kasi meron ka nang pupuntahan. Pero pag wala kang direction, mahirap yun. You're like walking in the waters. Pag nag-walk ka sa waters, anong nangyari? Malunod ka lang, right? So, wag tayong ganyan. Number 3, as a person who will start doing personal branding, I encourage you to not go with the waves, but you have to create your own resort. Do not go with the waves, create your own resort. Medyo metaphorical siya, but let me expound. So, when sinabi nating waves, siyempre, ito yung sa beach. Diba? So, baka kasi ngayon nakikita mo, madaming tao dyan na may gumagawa ng ganito, gumagawa ng mga amazing activities online. Baka pwede na lang gayahin, wag ganun. So, you have to create your own mark. Hindi lang ikaw gagaya or copy sa kanila. But it has to be something that has your trademark. It has to be 100% original. And your overall self has to be in part with it. Because ayaw mo naman sigurong maging shadow. Or matawag ka na, ay, ikaw si ganito ah. Parang ikaw si ganyan ng Philippines. If that's something that you want to have, mahirap siyang i-change in the long run. Most especially if, for example, you have plans of launching specific products, wag dapat ganun ang starting point. Kumbaga, start your foundation strong. Sa beginning pa lang, pag ginawa mo na siya, kasi gagawin mo siya dahil meron ka ng direction. Hindi yung gagawin mo siya kasi wala. Okay? So that would be my first three initial foundational tips for everyone who's going to do personal branding. So repeat lang natin. So number one, you have to believe in yourself first. If there's something that's bothering you, if you think you have extra baggage or whatever, you have to seek help. You have to remove that out of yourself, out of your system, and really reset your brain. I am an advocate of hypnotherapy, and I have my own hypnotherapist. So if I ganun ko kakilala yung sarili ko. Pag meron akong something na parang pumipitik, na parang dapat hindi ko siya iniisip, dapat hindi ako nagpapatala dito, I already do hypnotherapy na agad. And thanks to hypnotherapy as well, because yung iba ko pang challenges sa life, na overcome ko siya and hindi ako talagang fully na-apektuhan. Kasi syempre, yung mga sinabi ko sa inyo, it has something to do with business. But of course, there are also things that I've dealt with my personal life. Which ko na lang kikwento, no? Pero thanks to yun nga, hypnotherapy, I can easily go back to my game. So ikaw, dapat may ganun ka din. Kasi mental health is important. Kasi yung iniisip mo is everything when it comes to doing stuff. Lalo na sa branding. Kasi ano yun mind games. Yan. Kasi minsan, hindi mo napapansin, you are already doing negative self-talk. Ay, hindi ko kaya. Hindi ako maganda. Hindi ako magaling magsalita. I don't know how to do it. I don't have the credentials to do it. Blah, blah, blah. It has to be removed. There is an underlying reason why you're saying those things. And kailangan mo siyang i-correct and i-fix. So, wag mo siyang ipag sa maliit, kumbaga. It's something that kailangang ma-change. Yan. So, second, in any activity you'll do, start with an end goal in mind. And third, do not go with the waves. So make sure that you're going to create your own research.
Wow, thank you for those 3 foundational tips, Coach. Grabe. Dapat yun pa lang pala, before sila mag-proceed dun sa yung pag-build ng profitable brand, they must internalize yung tatlong yon. Kailangan, dapat go, push. Yes, dun sa tatlong yon. Ano nyo yan, replay nyo or sinamarize naman ni Coach Mel yung tatlong yon. And totoo naman, no, it all starts first within you. And kung punong-puno ka ngayon ng self-doubt, punong-puno ka ng natawag na impostor syndrome kasi feeling mo hindi ko kaya, hindi ako expert. Ayan, lahat na lang ng mga limiting beliefs. Sabi ni Coach Mel, nako-correct yan. So you look for people who are willing to help you. So sa kanya, meron din pong tumutulong. That's why you really need to understand yourself more. As ang hirap mag-proceed na branding, pag hindi mo pa pala masyadong kilala yung sarili mo, anytime, pag wala kang proper foundation, gigiba yan. So, tama si Coach Mel, foundation muna. So, and thank you, Miss Mel, about that, no? And you've talked a while ago about mental health. Yeah, very important din na solid yung mental health natin. Kasi sa konsepto ng pagiging healthy, dalawa yon, physical and mental. So tama si Miss Mel, you cannot really exude the brand kung hindi mo wholly mapapakita na healthy ka or buong-buo ka as person. And speaking of the mental state, no, papasok po tayo ngayon sa next question, which is, ngayon, sa situation po natin, sa COVID scenario ngayon, which is, ang daming takot, ang daming nade-depress, ang daming pong hopeless, marami po sa kanila, entrepreneurs, yung iba po, mga employees dati na nawalan po ng trabaho, and ayun po, maraming uncertainty during this period Pero, meron po ba kayo mabibigay na what tips or advice for entrepreneurs na lang po, no? Entrepreneurs na naapektuhan during this COVID. Let's say, mga entrepreneurs na ang business nila, wala pa sa digital world, yung mga restaurants, yung mga those type of businesses. Baka may ma-share po kayo, Coach, para sa kanila.
Sige. Yan. I always say this, no? Baka nakakalimutan lang din ng ibang nakarinig siguro sa akin. But whatever is happening in your life, instead of you reacting to it, you have to respond. Respond more than you react. Okay? Kasi pag nag-react ka, parang pag hinawakan mo yung isang mainit na mug of coffee, what do you instantly do? You break. Sakit. Ganun ka agad, right? So yun yung react. Yung ibig sabihin ng reaction. And I see a lot of people who are like that right now. And they are enclosing themselves with all the news about COVID-19, this and that. And pag entrepreneur ka, you don't have to be like that. Kailangan iba tayo. Iba tayo mag-isip. We respond to it and look at it at a higher level. So, kumbaga, ako kasi whenever, and kung mapapansin nyo din, in the situations that I've been in my life, I look at it na parang hinahawakan ko yung situation. So, kumbaga, ito si tubig. Yan. Yung situation yung sa loob. O, ganun. And yung emotion ko din yung nasa loob. So, lagi kong iniisip na parang, how will I deal with this situation? Ano ba yung pwede kong gawin before, during, and after? Get it, Before, during, after. Hindi lang during. So, ibig sabihin that comes with preparation and planning, which is crucial when you start managing your business. So, for example, ako kasi inisip ko, I'm not really very focused too much on the COVID-19 disease because I'm 100% sure that it's going to end. Because this isn't the first time that this happened. There has been 3 recorded pandemics in history. And the world was able to make it through. So we had the Spanish flu, Ebola virus. Meron pa nga ibang virus, diba? May H1N1 pa, ganyan. But it stopped. So the only reason why I think the Philippines is going gaga about it is because it's the first time sa Philippines. Diba? Pero, siguro dahil first time, kaya yung iba, ganito mag-react. Yung iba takot, uncertainty, ganyan. Pero one thing that I want to guarantee you is, this is just a phase. Okay? As an entrepreneur, you have to prepare yourself for something bigger. Because if you're going to check on the statistics, after this kind of situation comes recession. After recession comes the downfall of the economy. Or meron ng economic crash na tinatawag. So which is something bigger than what's happening right now. Okay? And I'm speaking to a lot of people who loves to plan. Pero nagiging emotional right now. If you love planning like me, and nakapag-stock up ka na sa bahay, meron ka namang emergency funds and all, and perhaps you have this downtime right now. So what you can do next is, second thing that I'm going to advise you to do is make better use of your time. So pag sabi natin make better use of your time, siguro what your business is, one of your businesses or yung business mo ngayon has been hit. Don't worry, I feel you. Because 2 of the businesses that I run are also hit. Hindi lang ikaw. So, kung pagdating lang sa losses, I also have losses. Pagdating sa nawalan ako ng client, nawalan din ako ng clients. Take note. And I also have running bills, running expenses just like you. But the one thing and one reason that I hold on to is yun nga sabi ko sa'yo, the mindset. Number 1, this isn't forever. So at this point, while you are at your downtime, look for avenues na ano yung loopholes ngayon sa existing business mo. If you have a brick and mortar business, what kind of evolvement should you do in your business para maging profitable ka ngayon? Because you shouldn't have, ito para sa lahat ng business owners, it's no longer an excuse for you to be bankrupt. Okay, magiging bankrupt ka lang kung hindi ka nag-evolve, kung hindi ka nag-research, and you did not utilize the existing resources that are free out there. Napakadaming free out there. So, you have to check on that. Ano ba yung pwede mong gawin? Thanks to Lalamove, thanks to Grab, meron ng mga ganon. So, ibig sabihin, you can still continue delivering your goods or your services. Pero siguro, during the quarantine, hindi ka pa pwede mag-deliver, then prepare ka na ng game plan. What can you do that will help you become more profitable than ever after ng quarantine? So, dun ka tumingin. Huwag sa existing number of cases. Lalo na kapag nasa bahay ka na lang. Alright? So, yun kasi yung ginagawa ko din right now. I'm not bragging, but I'm sharing with the world that I've done. I've been doing a lot of research in terms of what's going to happen next, more than equipping myself with new skill sets. Siguro dahil na, yun nga, medyo mahilig ako mag-plan, medyo advanced din ako. So hopefully that kind of skill is something that you also adopt. And I advocate that. Always be prepared. So, ito naman kasi yung kind of situation na to, it's not new to me. Okay, so yung bigay ko sa inyo na advice, it came from experience, coming from someone who had two downfalls in life already. Sinabi ko, di ba, I've been bankrupt twice already. So, kung ikaw yung type of person na yon, na nawalan ka as in ng client, ng active income, and you've already used up your existing emergency funds, so walang-wala ka ngayon, let's say. Pag sinabi kong make better use of your time, I want you to focus on what it is that you're really awesome at. Ano yung best ka? Where are you good at? But I'm not just talking about your talents. Look for the kind of talent that people would pay for. Okay, if you're really good in singing, okay, but isipin mo na lang to, would people pay for your singing ability during crisis? Or would businesses pay you if everyone else is in crisis? Diba hindi? Hindi kasi siya essential. So you have to make it to a point that you position yourself as an essential asset for the business to grow or for the business to bounce back. So, yun ang positioning mo doon. So, saan ka magaling, nababayaran ka ng isang kumpanya para sa skill sets na meron ka. Okay? And you have to make sure that it's going to help them get more income. So, that's how you're going to bounce back. If, for example, you're the type of person who just lost every single thing, you're freelancer, wala kang client, naubos ang funds mo, doon ka makakabalik. Don't panic. Okay? Don't panic. Yung time na binibigay sa'yo right now, this is the best time for you to prep up and craft your new offer, your new product, your new digital product. And then after or once all these things ends, then saka ka na gumawa ng pitching or ng marketing mo. And also, you have to keep in mind that if you're thinking of the same thing, perhaps hindi lahat ng tao thinks the same way as you. Sabi ko nga, katulad ko, I am 10 steps ahead. So, ibig sabihin, may mga katulad ko. So, huwag ka mag-alala. Meron ka pa rin makukuha na client. So, always look at the positive side of things. So, yun. So, yun yung dalawang bagay para sa dalawang klase ng tao na siguro nakikinig ngayon. So, respond more than you react and make better use of your time.
I agree with that, Coach. Thank you for those two tips. Grabe, guys. Wala na tayong reason para tumayo sa kama. I mean, wala tayong reason na hindi tumayo sa kama pagkagising natin. Yung hindi ka malulugmok ba? Kasi you know that you can still do something during this period. You take time to learn, reflect, and imbis na kabahan ka, busin ka na lang ng takot, huminga ka, mag-meditate, you can learn about that, mindfulness, and then mga skills, ang dami ngayong ino-offer dyan. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank the team of Miss Mel because they're offering their social media academy mga courses nila doon. Meron silang specific na ino-offer hanggang April 14 or 15? 14, tama
14.
po. So, grab that opportunity kasi sabi nga ni Coach na you need to be essential, especially during this period. Yung tipong necessity ka talaga na kailangan ka ng kumpanya. So, yun, yung mga matututunan nyo doon, high income skills po yun. Kaya during this
Mm-mm.
period, dapat yun yung mga inaaral po natin. So, thank you, Miss Mel, for the opportunity na to have you here in the podcast. Ang dami po namin natutunan, pati po ako. So, ang dami kong realizations about this. And, yan,
Good.
I'm ready for the next next step and to be
Yay.
always grateful. And, ayan,
Yes.
push tayo dyan, Miss Mel. And sa lahat po na nakikinig, as I always say to you, you don't need to be great to start. You just need to start to be great. And
Amen.
yes, and I lift everything up to our God above. To God be the glory. And thank you, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you. Appreciate it, Shimmy. Maraming
Yes.
salamat.
And visit niyo po pala yung website ni Ma'am Mel, yung This is melp.com. So you will learn more about her on that website. Bye-bye.